life, all through school. And they ended up putting a feeding tube into him. And like I said, like, even though like our paths would always go this way, something would always bring us back. And then our paths would go again this way, and then a force would always bring us back together. Always. It had always been like that through our entire life. Always. Through our entire life. And when I called him at one point, he had a tube down his throat, and he literally pulled his tube out of his throat so he could talk to me on the phone. And I'm just like, I just said, Brent, you're not going to make it to my birthday. He was like, I'm going to make it. I was like, okay. My birthday was like 4.5 months away. Hold on 1 second. Hey! Okay, I'm back. Okay. All right. So, I knew he wasn't going to make it to my birthday. And he said, all I want to do before I DIE is marry you. He was like, I've always wanted to marry you. He was like, you're the love of my life. He's like, I've never loved anybody the way I've loved you. He was like, it's always been you. It's always been you. And you know that. It's always been you. And I'm like, I remember I was on live. I don't know if Joanne's in here or not, but I remember Joanne was in my live that night when I was on live over on FB. And I said, guys, I'm going to go take a plane to Ohio and get married. And they were like, are you serious? And, you know, with me, I'm such a fucking hot ass mess express. Like, that's something totally I would just fucking do, okay? I just do dumb shit like that. And I'm like, I'm gonna take a plane like tomorrow to Ohio, and I'm gonna get married. And he was like, and then we were just like texting each other, because then at this point, the tube couldn't come out. It could not come out anymore. And so he was texting me. So now we're texting. So I couldn't hear his voice anymore. I have his voicemail on my phone, and I will not erase it. I have the Book Faces live that I was on when he came on, and he was like, "Hi, baby, I love you so much, hon." And I saved that live, and I have it stored. And I said, "Okay, I'm coming to you." I said, "I'm coming to you." And then I book a flight, and it goes out the next day, and then I get a text, and it says, "Don't come. You're not welcome." And I'm like, "Excuse me?" I said, "Brent, like, I'm like I've already booked a flight. I'm already like in my mind gonna get a chaplain to get to your apartment to get us married, like for your dying wish, you know." And at this point, it wasn't Brent that was texting me. As soon as I told him that I was coming to him, that night he went into a coma. And his sisters were the ones that were texting me. And they told me, don't come. I was not welcome. And I said, well, I'm coming. Like, I'm coming. Like, my flight's already booked. I'm coming. And there's nothing you can do to stop me. And they were like, you want to bet? And they put a restraining order on me. And as you all know, jail does not scare me. I've been there 67 times. That's not a flex in any way, shape, or form. But jail does not scare me. I've been to jail 67 times. I have 48 felonies. I've been to prison. I've been to federal prison. Jail does not scare me. So I was like, I'm coming. Like, one way. Listen, I have all these messages from him. I just talked to him yesterday. Like, I don't know what your problem is with me. Like, why you don't want me there. You know your brother loves me. He loves me. He loves me more than he loves you. How does that make you feel? Because they didn't really have a relationship. They had a falling out. Him and his sisters had a huge falling out. And I was like, he loves me more than he loves you. He wants me there. And it was just like a constant back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So they put restraining orders on me. And Britt, are you in here? So I said, okay, I get there, right? And I literally get there and they were like, we're calling the police on you. You're not allowed to be on this property. And I'm like, listen, there is nothing that anybody can do that's going to stop me to getting to this man. Nothing. And my cousin was actually is a police officer for that police department. So when I got there, I ended up getting arrested. And I bonded out. And hi, Jenny K. How are you, my love? Happy Mother's Day. I'll be live tomorrow, but for anybody who won't be on my live tomorrow, happy Mother's Day to everybody. So I bond out, and then I said, I got a hold of my cousin. I'm like, look at these messages I have. Like, he literally wanted to get married. Like, I wanted to get a chaplain here. Like, he just, like, 2 days ago, he told me to come. Like, do you see all these messages? Do you see them? And so I was able to get, I had to get an escort from the police to go see him because I had restraining orders that his sisters put upon me. But because it was Brent's wishes to see me, but he was in a coma. So they were talking for him because he could not talk. There was like, what is it? Not the executor of the state, but the power of attorney. They were power of attorney. But it was very clear that Brent wanted me there. So they gave me 5 minutes and edit goal. Okay, I have a gift goal up there, you guys, and it's those kissy hearts. Gifts are not required, but they are appreciated. Or just tapping is appreciated. Those popular signs right there are double the points. They are a penny. If you guys are liking the story or not. Okay. So after I get done with Brent, I'm going to get off because I don't think you guys are really enjoying the story tonight. So I'm going to finish it with Brent. Anyway, when I get there, I had 5 minutes with him and I had a police escort, but it was my cousin and a couple other police officers. They allowed me to go into the room with him by myself, of course. And, you know, I just laid with him and I was like, I'm here, Brent. I made it. I said, I'm here. And he was completely in a coma. I 100% know he could hear what I was saying, and that's what I believe. I said, I made it to you. I said, I would have made it to you sooner, but your sisters would not allow me to see you. I said, they only have given me 5 minutes to be with you. I said, I love you so much. I've always loved you. You will always be the love of my life. I was... I was like, I'm so sorry you're going through this. I was like, I love you so much. I'm so sorry you're going through this. And I only have 5 minutes to be with you. And I would have been here before I was here. I just kept telling him over and over because I only had 5 minutes with him. So I kept telling him over and over how much I loved him. And I let him know that I would have been there, but his sisters wouldn't let me in. And I was like, I slept outside in my car by your house because of the restraining order. And I said, and then, you know, the police officers, they were like, oh, thank you, Pixie Sticks, for the bouquet. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. That is so pretty. Thank you. I was like, I said, I have 1 minute left, Brent. We have 1 minute left together. I said, and I just told him again, I'm like, I love you so much. I've gotta go now. I love you. And then he flatlined. And he DIE'd in my arms. And police came in and the family came in and I said, I fucking told you. I told you he wanted me here. He waited and he held on until I got there. And as soon as I got there, he died. He unalived in my arms. And I walked out and I was so upset with his sisters. I was like, you fucking bitches. I was like, you guys kept me from him. You kept me away from him. And he wanted me here. And he held on until I got here. And I understand now, you know, and I understood then, but I was just full of emotions. But the reason why they didn't want me there is because they said I caused his addiction. And I did not cause it. But maybe I did because, you know, he never could understand why I loved those substances more than I could ever love him. So he tried it out so he could see what was so special about this little tiny blue thing that I just could not love anything or anybody more than this little tiny blue thing. He was like, I need to see what is so special about this little tiny blue thing that you just love so much. And he ended up getting hooked on them. And he was 10 days shy of his 1 year chip. And I was not allowed to be at the funeral. But when they put him in the ground, they were there, and I was on the lawn, but I was 50 feet away, and I stood there. I was like, I'm still fucking here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still here. And the NA gave him his chip and put it in his casket with him. They gave him his 1 year chip. And they were like, you know, congratulations, brother. You know, you did it. You made it to a year. of your clean time, you know, so he got his 1-year chip. So that is the Brent story. And I know I told you about the house. I would tell you about the House of Horrors in Houston, Texas. But we've got 30 people in here and we don't really have a lot of action, so I'm not thinking you guys are like into all of what I'm saying. So I'm going to get off for now. And maybe next time when I come on and talk, we can be more active, more tapping, more whatevers. Okay? Just to let me know that, you know, me sitting here telling my life to you, that, you know, you can like talk and say hi and like not say anything. So it's important, like when I'm talking and telling these stories, that, you know, we're tapping, we're interacting. Gifting is not necessary, but, you know, like a penny gift maybe, like that's always appreciative, you know, like, but at any rate, if nobody told you today that they loved you and that you're beautiful, I love you and you are so beautiful. This world is a better place because you simply exist in it. I may or may not be back tonight. It just depends. If I will definitely be on tomorrow. If I don't see you tomorrow, happy Mother's Day. Okay? I may or may not be back on. It just depends. Not feeling any love. Even after I said all that, nobody even has said anything in the comments. So, all right. Good night. God bless.